Today I'm going to show you how to create this awesome Halloween prop for your next potion collection, Harry Potter party, anything like that. Skele-Grow is said to be able to regenerate lost or broken bones. Let's get started. Okay, so what we will need is one glass bottle, one skull head. I found this foam one at my local craft store. One that's going to look proportionate in size to your bottle when you put it on top so that you get a nice neck look. One tube of white craft paint or acrylic paint, a paintbrush, a label printed on sticker paper or regular paper and glue, some glue sticks, and a hot glue gun. And I found this little skeleton at my local dollar store, and we're going to use him for some of his appendages. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, we're going to take our glass bottle, and we're also going to take the arms off of Mr. Skeleton here. I'm just plucking them off. And we're going to paint them white. Okay, so I'm going to take my white paint. Again, this can be any craft paint, acrylic paint. You could spray paint this if you want to, however you want to do it. But all I'm going to do is paint my bottle white to give it that skeleton effect. And if it's not a complete cover-up, it's okay. The more old and kind of jaded it looks, I feel like it looks more like a potion bottle when you do that. So I'm going to put this on time-lapse while I paint this. But before I do that, with the arms, I don't want to completely cover up this nice patina, but I'm going to kind of do like almost like a dry brush on here so we can still see some of those colors come through so that it'll actually stick out on the bottle. But I don't want it to completely mask all of the coloring that's on our little skeleton here. So we're just going to do something like that so that when it's on there, we'll still see it, but it's a little bit more white so it matches our skull head a little bit closer. So I'm going to put this on time-lapse and we'll come back when everything is painted. Okay, so now that I have painted all of my pieces, I'm going to let these dry and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to assemble this great Skele-Grow bottle. Okay, so we're all dry. So now I'm going to take and make a few more embellishments on this because the skull has got a nice kind of black rustic finish and this has got a little bit of a really white look to it. We're actually going to take a little bit of a black acrylic paint and I'm going to just do some daubs of it with just a paper towel or a cloth. Kind of dry it off because you don't want it too wet. And then I'm literally just going to do kind of a rubbing effect across some of the textures and features of the bottle. And then I could take the dry end and just kind of rub it even more. But I'm just going to kind of go around and do a little bit of embellishing on this so that it will match the skull a little bit better when it's all done. So I'm going to put this on time-lapse while I do that. Okay, so now that I just did a little bit of some black rub on here, again, it doesn't have to be a perfect match. I just want it to look a little bit more aged and a little bit more like the skull. So at this point, I'm going to get out my handy dandy hot glue gun and we are going to glue some appendages. So let me get you in just a sec. Okay, so first we are going to glue on the head. Now I actually had stuck this on the top and just did a light impression, and then I took my cooking skewer and I actually went around that light impression and just pushed in to kind of make a well for the bottle to sit in. And then once I did that, I'm going to stick it on here and kind of do a nice turn. So at the moment it would stay on like that, but we're going to go ahead and glue it on with some hot glue just to make it a little bit more permanent. So we're going to go ahead and just take our hot glue gun and just run a bead right into that well. Make sure you have a nice hot glue gun that's going to give you a good bead. Pick which side you want to be the front and stick your head on. Et voila, head on top of the Skele-Grow bottle. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the arms. All I'm going to do is just glue them on the sides. I kind of want them to stick out a little bit. So I'm going to glue them up here. So I'm going to put that on time lapse while I glue these. Okay, so I have my arms glued on now, and if you see any spots that you want to touch up with the paint, then now once it's attached, we can go ahead and do that. And I may actually brush a little bit of our whiter paint onto the skull as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on time lapse while I do some finished touch up with the paint. Okay, so now that I've done my touch-up paint over my glue and things like that, so then that way any of the areas that we use the glue gun, they're not going to stick out and be shiny. I just painted them like we did the rest of the bottle. So to finish it off, I'm going to take my potion label that is printed on sticker paper. Again, you could use regular paper and glue or Mod Podge or something like that, but I just find this to be a whole lot easier to deal with, so then that way you're not having to do 2 and 3 steps. So I'm going to get this even. And I would say that actually looks like it might be pretty good. Again, with these sticker labels, I highly recommend you start from the center and work your way to the outside. And then once you get it on, really give it some good, nice, firm press down, so then that way you really get that sticker to stick. You can peel it up a couple times if you need to replace where it's sticking, but after that it will stick hard and it will not remove easy at all. Okay, well, there you have it. Skele-Grow. So I hope this is a great little addition to your potion collection that we've been making over the last couple weeks. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.